2K Sports pregame show.
And on one of the epic nights in the NBA, welcome one and all to the All-Star Game on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside former All-Star Shaquille O'Neal and a guy who has watched the All-Star Game a lot, Kenny the Jet Smith.
Oh, I thought you were going to say your name. You've watched it a lot as well.
And I'm fixing to watch another one. Tonight, we'll see the East All-Stars playing against the West All-Stars. And even though today won't count in the standings, still such an exciting day in the NBA, and both teams are up for this one. And how much fun is this? The All-Star Game officially upon us, typically a high-scoring, fast-breaking affair. Shaq, any reason to think it's going to be anything different this time around?
Well, there are no more Dikembe Mutombos.
Oh, that was very impressive.
Thank you, Ernie. Not as many shot-blocking centers in the league now. That might have slowed things down a little. Offense rules the game. I wish Dikembe was still here so he can go, no, Ernie.
How about if I play you and you play Dikembe?
No.
Mr. Mutombo, I really like the way you played the game, but I like it when you used to wave your finger.
Well, thank you, Ernie. Everything good. Shaq threw 2 elbows in my face. I think he called it elbow sandwich.
Well, I'll be you, Ernie. Hey, so Kevin Harlan, we're going to go courtside with you, and we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm really confused now.
I'm not.
It's a special day for basketball fans. The All-Star Game, best of the East against best in the Western Conference. And we are proud to bring it to you right here on 2K Sports. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. And here are the East All-Stars now. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court for the East All-Stars, Buckets is out there with Big Smooth. Then there's Easy Breezy, and it's Big Cat, and it's Bird in at the 3 spot. Larry Bird grabs the miss.
And if you remember last year, no star shined brighter in this game than Russell Westbrook. How about 41 points, just one off Wilt Chamberlain's all-time record. And I'd say Russell was a very deserving MVP.
Doris Burke had a chance to catch up with head coach Scott Skiles. And Doris, what did he have to say?
If Coach had any butterflies in his stomach about coaching the All-Stars, he didn't let any of it come out. He said it was for the fans, and even though he's in charge of the best players in the NBA, his only coaching advice was to go out and have fun. Guys?
Thanks, Doris.
And there's such a sense of history that surrounds the All-Star Game. This is the 65th time this event has been held, and you think back on all the legends of the NBA. They've all made their mark in some way on this contest.
Davis in the corner. There's 1:38 left in the first quarter. Scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight.
And you talked about NBA legends, Greg, putting their stamp on this game. How about, for instance, Wilt Chamberlain's 42 points and 24 rebounds in that 1962 All-Star game?
Wow, that was amazing. What about Michael Jordan following up his epic win in the 88 Slam Dunk Contest with 40 points and the MVP award as well the next night? So just so many great memories from this event.
Here's the professor. Davis, the pass to the waiter. Back to Davis. Releases from 15. Will not go. This is off the front iron. On defense, the West All-Stars. Trailing by 2. Pass to Hanson. Here's Easy Breezy. Here's Strickland, and Davis sends it back. Here's Bird. Bird pulls it in.
Man, that is a missed opportunity right there.
And he'll be the first to tell you, Greg, that's one he should have knocked down.
And guys, we've had some All-Star Game shootouts over the years, but really nothing compares to what we saw last year. The teams combined for 321 points. That's just mind-boggling.
Here's the professor. Cans the shot from the wing.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Here's Easy Breezy. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Easy Breezy's got himself going there. His first points of the game in the deep ball. So at the end of one quarter of play, still a close game. East All-Stars ahead, up 3. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. A great event unfolding. One quarter of basketball already played. And welcome back, everyone, to this year's coverage of the NBA All-Star Game.
And guys, we've already seen some unbelievable action here tonight.
And there will be plenty more to come. We know that. All-Star action never disappoints.
And the West All-Stars have possession. It's a three-point game.
And not as many turnovers as we often get in this game. So good to see both teams taking care of the ball.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, surprisingly, very well controlled for the most part. Sometimes things get a little wild out there, but not so here.
Magic Johnson is out there with Kobe. Then there's Pippen. And it's the Beast. And it's the Waiter in at the 5 down low. So that's who's on the floor for the West All-Stars.
And, you know, the officials not giving their whistles much of a workout here tonight. Very few fouls being called.
And most of that, Greg, is because they're not playing full-force defense. I mean, you're never going to see as much contact around the bucket in this game as you would ordinarily.
And, you know, this game, yeah, in a lot of ways, guys, has belonged to the Western Conference the entire decade. I mean, and last year they got the job done again. So although it did come down to the wire, the end result still was Western Conference dominance. And you know what? Defensively, both teams have picked it up as we've gotten a little deeper into this game.
A little more competitive fire and intensity being shown out there now.
Yeah, such a crafty move. That's an All-Star game special right there, folks.
That certainly isn't any regular season move. I agree with that. I mean, you save that kind of move for the big stage of the All-Star week.
Now here's Shaq. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. And although victory for the Western Conference has been a theme in the All-Star game recently, another trend, Greg, that was repeated last year was the East digging a big hole for itself. And you and I were talking about this, you know, digging that hole for themselves early in the game and then mounting the huge comeback.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, the East came back from 20 points down in the first half to tie it up in the fourth quarter. But once again, the comeback bid failed to come to fruition.
To the left side wing. Back to Rose. Anthony, no one around. Bangs home the trifecta.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
And this has become one of the must-see events of the year, which is obvious by all the star power in attendance here tonight.
Well, certainly the Hollywood crowd is on hand, the biggest names from the sports world, music stars. Everybody wants to be a part of All-Star Week.
And you know, there were a couple of records that fell at last year's All-Star game, but to me, the most shocking one of all, the number of three-pointers made, 48. I mean, the teams, they combined for 48 threes.
Now, there's something for the top 10 highlight reel right there. A layup can be just as sweet and as pretty as a dunk sometimes.
Rose against Johnson. About 3 minutes played so far in this second quarter. Here's Bird. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow.
Nice shot there without a second to spare.
You know, as a defending team in that situation, it really irks you to give up a shot like that to close out the quarter. You know, oftentimes those end-of-quarter points can be the difference in a ball game.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. East All-Stars lead by 2. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Thank you for joining us Live inside this sold-out arena, we are rocking and rolling. We never get tired of having the privilege to broadcast at such an amazing and fun weekend. This year's All-Star action is no different. And on top of all that, we've got a competitive matchup underway. Both East and West All-Stars this year looking primed to put on a real show in the second half that could go down to the wire.
Wow, Ernie, well said. Anyway, the game has been pretty close up to this point, but there's going to be a moment when everyone goes into overdrive. Stops being a free-for-all with scoring, and the Stars turn it up a notch and try to win. Everyone in this game is crazy competitive, and nobody wants to go home a loser.
I think this All-Star game definitely has the makings of an exciting finish. It happens every year. Usually in the second half is when the best of the best step up and take control. Yeah, you might see some highlight plays for fun, but down the stretch, you're going to see hot competition.
Just about time for the third quarter to get underway, and we'll see you again at the Horn.
To the NBA All-Star Game. One half is in the books, and the second half about to begin.
Yeah, and I'm looking for the temperature to start to rise here a little bit in this second half.
Yeah, I'm exactly with you there. I think we'll see a little less showmanship and a little more intensity from here on out.
I love this event so much because it combines the world-class ability of these players with the freedom of the playground.
Yep, it's the greatest and certainly the most fun pickup game these players will ever play in.
Here's who Scott Skiles is starting the second half with. Big Smooth out there with buckets. Then it's Big Cat. Then there's Bird. And it's Easy Breezy in at the one.
And two teammates there hooking up on that bucket. Always a little bit of an advantage to have guys out there who know each other.
It sure is. I mean, it eliminates some of that getting to know you feeling out period.
Hey, guys, just thinking back to last year's All-Star game, I mean, something that was really special. How about the sight of Powell and Marc Gasol, two brothers facing each other on the opening jump ball?
Here's Big Cat. Misses in close.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Davis drives in, and that is good. Davis has got his third bucket of the night. That moment when the Gasol brothers competed for the opening tip really was unique. It was the first time two siblings have ever started an NBA All-Star game.
And you could sense, Kevin, that the significance was not lost on them. They both talked about how much it meant to them. It was just a really cool moment to be a part of. And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skill as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
I was able to listen in on what Scott Skiles was going over with his team. He went over the offensive plan and that it hinges on running through buckets. Coach would like to see him utilized in the offense as much as possible. We can expect to see them going to him constantly. There's still plenty of basketball left to play, and as we watch how these adjustments play out, Cav, it'll be interesting.
All right, Doris, thanks. 5 to shoot. James, no good.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
And that one's good by Davis. Davis has got the lead up to 3 now for the West All-Stars.
What are they thinking, leaving him with all that space out there? Do they not know? Have they not heard that this guy is unbelievable? That's a layup for him.
Now here's Westbrook. Offensive rebound. Here's Hansen. Banked in off the glass.
Just not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
Well, Greg, I know you're a little guy, but you know what it means to box out, and it's an effort thing and a mindset deal. You got to get your body between that other player and the ball.
Nice job coming off that screen. And that's 11 points for Davis.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Westbrook passes to Perry. Fires for 3. And it's Buckets with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Substitution on the court. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. The three from Harden. No good, trying to beat the buzzer. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. It's the West All-Stars. They're up by 3. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. Welcome, everyone, back to our coverage of the NBA All-Star Game. A great night of basketball here on 2K Sports.
And we're seeing some world-class basketball being played here tonight.
That's exactly what you'd expect coming from the absolute greatest players on the planet.
They've got Bird. Waiter out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Slim, and it's Harden in at the 2. So that's who's on the floor for the West All-Stars. Stolen by Harden. And here we go. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Harden's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the West All-Stars. Now, here's Westbrook. On the wing, Bird. Off the screen, and the shot is good.
That's a huge basket. Just taking advantage of the size mismatch and able to drain that mid-range jump shot. Really good basketball.
Now here's Bird, and it's good.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Well, the defensive rotations, Greg, has been a step slow, and it's really helped them get that ball inside time after time.
So here's Westbrook, and the layup's good off the glass.
Key buckets, and we know he delivers down the stretch.
The West making some changes. Davis comes in for James Harden. And the professor subbed in for Wilson. And then for the East All-Stars, Big Smooth, he's checked in for Duncan. Big Cat comes in for Easy Breezy. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Leonard attacking. Here's the waiter. Got a piece of it. Rose against Davis. Outside Rose. Here's Bird. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Now just a 1-point West All-Star lead. .131 left in the fourth. Leonard on the wing. Rebound by the East All-Stars. Here's Bird. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Passes it to Baker. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Back to Bird.
Yeah, I have to say the decibel level just rose about 300% in here.
Certainly sounds like it. I mean, there's nothing these fans love to see more than highlight reel dunks, and that one certainly qualifies.
Max checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Outside Rose. To the paint. Out to Bird. To tie it up. It's good. And oh, that was an enormous three-pointer.
He's definitely turned things around in this game. I mean, he was more of a background player in the first half. He jumped center stage now.
How about him there just bodying him up to make him alter the trajectory on that shot?
Definitely some very sound defense played on that trip. I tell you what, this is the white-hot version of Derrick Rose right now.
Here's the professor following the score by Derrick Rose. Here's Baker. They get it again. The waiter nails it. He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
What a bucket at one of the more crucial moments of the game.
How about the cool, collected way in which he delivered it? Clutch.
All right, fans, let's get up and get loud. We go, West All-Stars Dance Team.
.23 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Rose with the ball. Oh, no good.
All right, fans, let's get up and get loud. We go, West All-Stars Dance Team.
Shoots from the elbow. Good!
All right, fans, let's get up and get loud. We go, West All-Stars Dance Team.
So a close game sees the West All-Stars taking this one.
And for the West, that's 2 All-Star victories in a row and 5 wins in the last 6 years. It's been a dominant decade in this event for the Western Conference. Probably a fitting illustration, guys, of where the majority of the talent is in the league these days.
Incredibly deep, you're right, and it shows year after year. Well, we hope everyone's enjoyed watching the All-Star Game 2016 as much as we have enjoyed bringing it to you. So, for Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan saying so long from Toronto.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
And this year's All-Star Game, another classic in a long history of tremendous All-Star Games. And we've got some highlights to show you of one performer tonight who stood out, earning the honors of All-Star Game MVP.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there.
And that'll do it for this year's All-Star